At T-Mobile for Business, unconventional thinking means they see things differently, so you can focus on what matters most. That's why they've become the leader in 5G, number one in customer satisfaction, and a partner who includes 5G in every plan, so you get it all. Unconventional thinking from T-Mobile for Business. Open Signal awards T-Mobile as America's fastest 5G network. USA 5G User Experience Report, July 2021. Capable device required. Coverage not available in some areas. Some uses may require a certain plan or feature. See T-Mobile.com. For J.D. Power 2020 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
The opportunity to acquire a player of Matthew Stafford's caliber.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Touchdown, L.A.! Welcome to L.A., Matthew Stafford.
Live from the Rich Eisen Show studio in Los Angeles.
And down goes Rodgers. Sacked by Davenport.
It's just one game. We got 16 to go.
Earlier on the show, from NBC Sports, Peter King. Still to come, Arizona Cardinals head coach Cliff Kingsbury. Plus, your phone calls, poll results, and more. And now, it's Rich Eisen.
Hour number 3 of the Rich Eisen Show is on the air. 844-204-RICH, number to dial here on the show. We will take your calls in the matter of moments. Before we take the phone call of Arizona Cardinals head coach Cliff Kingsbury, will be calling in about 20 minutes' time. What a big-time W that was for Arizona on the road. Yep. And they have been admittedly totally a complete afterthought for any team that has a shot to win the NFC West. Well, there's San Francisco, made the Super Bowl a couple years ago. They're healthier. Well, there's the Rams. They got Matthew Stafford now, and they're going to look different, and that sure happened last night. Well, you got Seattle. They're always going to be Seattle. They're always going to be tough. They're always going to be tight on defense. They're always going to have Russell. They're always going to have now DK and Tyler Lockett. That happened in Indianapolis. And then comes Arizona. Man, what a win that was. If you missed any of our first 2 hours and the conversations about the most disappointing loss of the weekend, the best wins of the weekend, Overreaction Monday, Peter King, go to our YouTube feed, youtube.com/Rich Eisen Show. We're also posting videos, as always, at Rich Eisen Show on Twitter for all of that stuff. 844-204-RICH, number to dial. Have not talked yet about what happened with Green Bay, and I will do so right now. Green Bay Packers yesterday showed up as if they forgot it's a 17-game season. They showed up thinking, oh, it's just a 16-game season, right? We don't have to play 17 games, do we? That's the way they showed up. They also showed up, I'll be honest, looking like a team that thought Rodgers is back. We could just roll 12 out, and the rest of us can roll out, whoever's healthy, and we'll pick up right where we left off. Nope. Certainly, they could just stroll out there in Jacksonville because the Saints haven't been home in 3 weeks. And we're going to have more cheeseheads in the stands than there'll be people with fleur-de-lis and Pope hats and stuff. That did actually appear to be the case. They don't have Drew Brees. They got Jameis. Can't guard Mike's out for who knows how long.
6 or more.
Here are the 5 top receivers for Jameis yesterday. Deontay Harris, Juwan Johnson, Adam Troutman, who sounds exactly like a kid I shared bunk 8 with in Camp Loconda. Marquez Callaway, and Chris Hogan, everybody. That Chris Hogan.
7-Eleven.
Still around. Packers felt like, okay, we got this. They looked like a team like we got this. They looked like a team where we're the Green Bay Packers. That's 12 coming back. He's back. He's our MVP. We got him. We didn't think he was going to be here. Yeah, he's here. And they got steamrolled. Steamrolled. Now, what happens next is the question. And I think this is going to be an outlier. I really believe it. The 133 yards that Rodgers threw is the fewest he's thrown in a loss since he threw only for 103 yards in a loss back in 2019 in late November against San Francisco. You remember that one? Mm-hmm. It was a Sunday night game, and they went into San Francisco and got absolutely curb stomped. I think coming off of a bye, too. And that was in a 13-3 win season in which they made the NFC Championship game. They got blown out by the Bucs last year, as we all know. He threw for way less than 200 yards in that blowout loss, too. What do? Made the NFC Championship game. For some reason, these clunkers happen. Every now and then, they show up in one of their 3 regular season losses under Matt LaFleur. I don't know why. Like I told you, one of them came off a bye week against an opponent that was looking super. And they wound up going to the Super Bowl last year after beating Green Bay again. They got steamrolled by a Buccaneers team that was winning only 7 of their first 12 in the process. What ended up happening? They made the NFC Championship game and had it at home because of what happened against San Francisco the year before. They weren't going to let that happen again. They went to the NFC Championship game only to lose to the team that whipped them. Does this mean the Saints are going to the Super Bowl? I don't think so. What I'm saying is that this just happened to happen in week 1, coming off of an offseason where we didn't think the week 1 would feature Aaron Rodgers at all because he wasn't coming. And we certainly thought it would feature Jordan Love because Aaron Rodgers wasn't coming, not because Rodgers and the rest of the starters did not figuratively show up. So now what happens next? All eyes peeled on LaFleur and Rodgers and Davante Adams, who tweeted out, unfortunately, a late entry for what we should name our fantasy team name because Paul Rudd named our fantasy team walking ibuprofen.
Walking ibuprofen.
Which
we got to win.
We're on the verge of winning, correct? But flush it and respond. What a great fantasy team name. Hey, any Green Bay Packer fans, any of you in fantasy football that got drummed in week 1, you should change your fantasy team name to Flush It and Respond. This is the 2021 version of RELAX. Relax. Flush it and respond. Love it. And next up is a Monday night contest. The whole country is going to be watching how they can respond and see if it has indeed been flushed against the Detroit Lions, who almost had a comeback of the ages against the 49ers yesterday. They were biting kneecaps in the last 6 minutes of that game.
Well, Rich, they were out late and snuck back in the house through the back door, if you get my drift.
I don't. What do you mean by that? Are you talking about like the Ford Field left the door open or something like that?
Yeah. Ford Field left the door open. The Lions snuck in through the back door, even though they still lost the game.
So the Packers, I understand.
Got it.
Now I get it. Yeah. I'm picking up what you're putting in your wallet.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's all I'm going to say is that it is just one game. And we have seen this one game before from Green Bay under the current construct of quarterback-coach combination. It happens for some reason. But we've seen it in the middle of seasons where it's already been established what the team looks like. This was week 1 against an opponent that was ripe for the plucking. Or, unfortunately for Green Bay, was ready to pluck somebody who thought they were ripe for said plucking. So I trust that they will flush it and they will respond on Monday night. But man, oh man, that's what will be discussed all day on the family of ESPN networks 1 week from today, all day long. And if the Lions can show up, as you know, Goff plays well there. He's played there before. As a matter of fact, in a playoff game last year, his final game as a Ram. See what happens. 844-204-RICH, number to dial. We'll take these a phone call or two before Brockman gives us there is some news about how Ryan Fitzpatrick is doing and how long he may be out. And the protector of Zach Wilson went down and got carted off of Mekhi Becton. We've got an update on that. Let us go to who's been waiting the longest here. Chad in Cincinnati. What's up, Chad?
Hey, Rich. Good to hear from you again, buddy. I was really happy with the Cardinals win last night, or yesterday. But the thing that I would love to know is the Cardinals did this last year. Remember, they beat San Francisco coming off the Super Bowl. Cardinals went into San Fran. They won.
Yep.
I got all excited. So this year I won't do that again, although I like what I saw yesterday. But I know it's kind of an overreaction. It's sort of like Michigan, right? Michigan 2-0 looks pretty good, but I don't hear you getting so excited yet. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but I think you're kind of calm. You're not like going crazy about it. So I feel the same way about the Cardinals. What do you think?
Well, if you've been punched in the face for 7 straight Saturdays after Thanksgiving, how would you feel? Right around Labor Day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but I am excited, and you should be, because, your team came up with a big win, which is better than coming out and suffering the same, fate as currently 15 other teams have, and either the Ravens or Raiders will suffer tonight. That's a week 1 loss. You didn't do that. As a matter of fact, you came up with a win against a team that is a playoff team from the last couple of years that had a huge offseason acquisition that's got everybody all fired up in Julio Jones in Tennessee, and you went in there and you stopped the rush on the way to the quarterback, and it's not just any rush you stopped, it's Derrick Henry's. I mean, there's a lot to be excited about from every phase of the game, and the Cardinals, and thanks for the call, Chad. And you need to do that when you know that the rest of the division is so damn tough. You got to keep pace. And they got 8 home games now in their back pocket still. But so does Seattle, and so does San Francisco. I cannot tell you how I love NFC West. I mean, every single time they play, it will be stop and watch. Doesn't matter who it is. Arizona versus Seattle, San Francisco versus the Rams. I could go on and on. Rams versus Arizona, San Francisco versus Seattle. My God. Seattle versus the Rams. My God. Come on.
And usually going to be later games at night.
Arizona versus San Francisco. You just heard about that. Week 1 last year.
Yeah, they're all going to be second window.
All of them. All of them. Stan in Kentucky, you're here on the Rich Eisen Show. What's up, Stan?
Oh, Rich. Can you hear me?
I can. How you been, Stan?
Wonderful. I want to keep the positive vibes from Thursday.
Go for it.
I want to talk to you about the Browns. That's what it takes to win an Arrowhead. Perfect football. Second, I'd like to talk about the Packers. Would everybody take those Instagrams or whatever, Twitters, and relax? They're going to be fine, because in the NFC North, there's nobody going to win 9 games, and they will. However,
yes.
I want to ask you about, Rich, and I'll close on this. And Brockman and TJ, thank you for wearing the New York for 2001. That is wonderful. Either way, if you like the Mets or you like my Yankees or Rich's, whatever, it's cool. We're not going to the World Series, but it's cool. However, how about the Bengals? Rich, in this with the Bengals, they can be like the Browns. Now, the Browns just learned how to play 4 quarters. That's what they learned. And then the Bengals might learn that if they keep it together, continuity. Take me away, Rich.
Thank you. And Stan, before I hang up, thank you for calling. Keep calling back. And as much as I love TJ and the sensibility that you put out there that he's wearing a Met hat because of the anniversary that we all were thinking about this weekend, it's because Lindor hit 3 home runs against the Yankees. Do not buy anything else, okay, Stan?
Hey, Stan, don't listen to Rich. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what's in my heart, Stan.
I do know what's in your
heart. He doesn't know
what's
in my heart.
I do know.
Congratulations to the Mets.
I guess.
Thank you, Stanley.
Thank you.
I don't have no bad to say, because I'm in the same place as TJ and Brockman and Rich and the Jets. And
good. Thanks for the call, Stan. I appreciate it. Thank you, bud. Thanks to Stan, everybody. Stan in Kentucky. I want to get to the information from you, so we're on time for Cliff Kingsbury. So what's going on with Ryan Fitzpatrick in Washington? And the question was already placed to Ron Rivera about Cam being potentially brought on because of Ryan Fitzpatrick.
So we saw that Fitzmagic got hurt, went out yesterday. Hip injury, subluxation, as you said, Rich. He was put on IR today because of that. Taylor Heineke is going to start Thursday night against the Giants. Kyle Allen will be the backup. Fitz is going to miss at least 3 games, but a lot of the talk right now is that he's going to miss considerable time. So we'll see how Heineke does. Ron Rivera asked about Cam Newton, who is a free agent right now. No plans to bring Cam in. Going to ride with Heineke and Kyle Allen.
Again, he wanted Cam out in Carolina so Kyle Allen could get the opportunity.
Right. Mm-hmm.
When it seemed like Cam could be coming back, it was Kyle Allen who Carolina favored. Mm-hmm. There's no two ways about it.
No two ways about it.
And then when Ron Rivera took the job in Washington, who did he bring with him? Kyle Allen. And who did he turn to once Dwayne Haskins was deemed unstartable? Kyle Allen. Who got hurt? Kyle Allen. Totally makes sense. What's going on with the Jets and Mekhi Becton?
Okay, so it looked like bad when Mekhi Becton got carted off yesterday, but not as bad as it could be. Adam Schefter saying 4 to 6 weeks, arthroscopic knee surgery to clean up some damaged cartilage.
Oh. All right.
So 4 to 6 weeks for Mekhi Becton.
All right. Well, another man's damaged cartilage is another man's quad muscle, I imagine.
He's much bigger than us, so there's a lot more cartilage in there.
All right. So Zach Wilson's going to have to
still scramble
baptism
for his life.
by backup
right.
blindside protector.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, it's going to serve them well, as long as obviously he doesn't get completely obliterated. Mm-hmm. 844-204-RICH, number to dial. That's the update there. Let's talk to the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. Cliff Kingsbury will join us after that big Week 1 W by the AZC. Rich Eisen here. I love my Ring Alarm security system. I'm so much more at ease when I'm on the road or away from home. Protect your home with Ring Alarm. Ring Alarm is a powerful, affordable home security system that you can easily install yourself. So easy, I installed it myself at my home. It works seamlessly with other Ring products in one simple app. And for a special offer, you can go to ring.com/rich, the perfect way to start your Ring experience. So, protect your home anytime from anywhere with Ring Alarm. Go to ring.com/rich for a special offer on a Ring Alarm security kit today. You can build a system that is right for your home and have it up and running in minutes. That's ring.com/rich. ring.com/rich. Want to hear something amazing? Discover matches all the cash back you earn on your credit card at the end of your first year automatically, with no limit on how much you can earn. How amazing is that? In fact, it's even more amazing because of all the places where Discover is accepted. 99% of places in the U.S. that take credit cards. So when it comes to Discover, get used to hearing yes more often. Learn more at discover.com/yes. 2021 Nielsen Report. Limitations apply. It's very rare that I begin an interview with somebody asking, who's your real estate agent? But, Coach, who's your real estate agent?
Lisa Roberts. She does a great job. If anybody in Scottsdale needs a spot.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Free plug.
This is, yeah, man. I mean, this is this is the spot. This is, you got a guest room?
Apparently. Yeah, there's a couple. You're always welcome, man.
I appreciate that. Are you surprised by the reaction to your draft setup, Coach?
I think people are a bit bored these days at home. They're excited about some live sports on TV, if you will, and it kind of took off a little bit.
And it's very finely appointed, very finely tuned. The question I have for you is the fire in the background.
That was extra. Yeah, that was a bit extra.
Now, does it light up when you draft Isaiah Simmons, or I mean, like, is that what?
The whole house lit up. I think, when we got that pick, we were fired up.
I bet. Like you're like, fire up the coals, fire up. You know that probably had to happen. Who took this photo? People want to know.
Yeah, we had one. You know, you were allowed to have one IT guy there at your house, so it was one of our IT guys that took it.
And he stayed in the cabana, the IT guy?
He did not stay at the house.
Did he light the fire, or did you light the fire? We're all fascinated. This is fascinating to everybody.
It is fascinating, isn't it? Yeah, I lit the fire.
Okay. Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead and ask.
And Cliff, did you get in the pool at any point?
I did not get in the pool. That's maybe next year. We may have some props. I thought Vrabel did a great job with the props, just kind of having that weird vibe at his house. So
it was a circus.
Next year the money could be on the table.
I know. Vrabel is like one moment shy of a draft gimp. He's one moment shy of having.
There's no doubt. Somebody is about to walk in that screen that nobody wanted to see.
It's like a couple of draft moments shy of a Pulp Fiction draft.
That's exactly right. And he acted just oblivious to all of it. That was the best part. He's just sitting there going to work, and there's just this weirdness all around him.
What's the one, I guess, comparison you've heard about the photographs before I guess we give one, what it looks like to people? What have you heard the most?
The funniest one I saw was it was a picture and then they had the Brazzers logo. Oh gosh! You know what I mean? That was actually really well done.
Fantastic. I was gonna go Cologne. You know,
Bond villain.
Bond.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was fantastic.
That's epic.
Draft Day 2020.
Epic.
Back here on the Rich Eisen Show,
wow.
We just replayed the interview portion of what we did with our next guest after he was part of an NFL draft at home, and we saw what his home looked like. It was fantastic, and now he's getting ready to head home. Well, he headed home yesterday, 1-0 after his Arizona Cardinals put the bang thing on the Tennessee Titans. What a W this was for the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals and everybody else in the organization. Cliff Kingsbury back here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Coach?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me on, Rich.
What was that flight home like, Coach?
It was good. Our guys were excited. I think, we have some veteran leadership. They came out here for a reason and with a purpose, and they were really, really excited how Week 1 went.
I'm sure the name J.J. Watt rolls off the tongue, certainly when you're referring to veteran leadership that came to Arizona. What has he brought to the equation, Cliff Kingsbury?
He's really lifted up the entire building. I mean, when he walks in, whether it's the weight room or meetings or you're on a Zoom, I mean, he is intense. He's looking you in the eyes. He's taking notes. And that's been a great example for the young players in this organization. None of us want to let him down, coaches and players, and you feel that, every day that he shows up.
Well, and then A.J. Green is another, but I want to put a pin in that for the moment and just focus on the defense. And what Chandler Jones did yesterday is all-time single-game stuff, Coach. What have you seen in Chandler? What happened yesterday? I mean, it's not an outlier, but I just want to, lift the hood up on his performance right now.
He's been phenomenal in training camp. I mean, to the point where certain practices, it's almost like, hey, let's sit Chandler out so we can get a pass off. I mean, he's been that dominant. So it's when you see that in practice and you think you know what you're seeing, and then it shows up on Sunday, that's always rewarding for a coach. And he really set the tone in that game. He had a tackle for a loss on Henry the very first play of the game, and then got the strip stack that put us in position for more points there early, and he was phenomenal.
I assume he got a game ball?
He did. There's no doubt.
That's one of those where did whoever hand you the ball for the game ball? There was probably no discussion about it, right?
They hand you the note. I didn't even know how many sacks he had, and it said 5 sacks. I'm like, Jesus.
Really?
Yeah,
you didn't?
He did one. I didn't know at the time. You're just on the sideline watching. You know he's killing it, but you don't know the exact stats.
Yeah, and then 2 forced fumbles too. I mean, just insane. I mean, you've been around the sport. Have you seen anything like that before?
That's the best performance I've seen from a pass rusher, as a player or a coach. It was phenomenal. I mean, he dominated the entire day.
And then your quarterback did as well. Cliff Kingsbury here on the Rich Eisen Show. What did Kyler work on this non-playing season that he brought to bear in Tennessee in Week 1?
Really consistency and approach. Last year we had our moments, we had our flashes. We didn't finish the way we wanted, and I think we both recognize we have to be more consistent. How we approach week in and week out, and have a great game plan and attack, and that's what he did. Whether it was his feet or his legs, he was aggressive and played downhill the entire game.
What's he like, man? I mean, walk me through what he's like.
He's intense. I mean, ultra competitive. He expects perfection each and every day. and he carries a chip on his shoulder, and you feel that at practice. I mean, he wants to do it right all the time. He wants to win all the time, and there's definitely an intensity that you feel.
So where do you think does that come from? I mean, you've been obviously around him for a very long time with your college coaching days in the state of Texas. I'm sure you had your eye on him for a very long time. Where does that come from?
Yeah, I mean, it starts with his dad. His dad is super competitive, was a tremendous college quarterback there at Texas A&M, and just raised him that way. Whatever sport it was, whether it's baseball, basketball, football, I mean, he was always raised to be the best and win. And he really hadn't lost many games prior to getting to the NFL, and I think that was part of the learning curve was, hey, it's not always going to be pretty in this league. There's really good teams. You came to the last place team, and it's going to be a process, and he's had to learn to kind of battle through that.
And when it comes to his ability to throw and run, I mean, how much do you – I mean, there was one play, if I'm not mistaken, where I think the next-gen stat number on the number of times that the amount of yards he carried before throwing it was over 40, like something insane like that, something stupid like that.
Yeah, phenomenal play call there, just to have him run 40 yards prior
Isn't
to
it? I mean,
loose.
You're a genius. I mean, but
hey,
what is
I take all the credit, trust me.
What's that like for you on the sideline? When you're
It's a lot of no, yes. You know, I mean, having worked with Patrick and Johnny, I mean, those guys, they make it fun because they can turn a bad play call into a good one real quick, and that's what Kyler did on that play.
And you're referring to Mahomes and Manziel in that
yes,
front.
Sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you say to Kyler when you see him next after a play like that?
High five him. Nice job, bud. And keep it moving. I mean, those guys that had that ability, I learned that a long time ago. You don't want to pull the reins too tight. If they can make plays like that, let them do their thing.
Well, I mean, there is a coaching aspect to this where you got to know when to push the pedal to the metal and say, let's not do that, or like, screw it. I mean, I got a stallion here that I need to ride as well and let him do what he wants to do. I'm wondering what that's like.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was fortunate enough to learn it early in my coaching career. Case Keenum was the first one. He's got those quick feet, can extend plays, and he would turn really bad play calls by me into really good plays. And since then, I've just learned, hey, if they have that ability, I mean, there's a certain line you walk, but you got to let them play the game.
Cliff Kingsbury here on the Rich Eisen Show. I assume you saw Sunday Night Football. Did you catch any of it? Were you back home for any of it?
I wasn't. I didn't get to see it.
Okay, let me give you a scouting report. If you don't, like, this is my way of thanking you for calling into the show.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Okay, here's the first thing. Get a pen if you want.
Yeah,
and a
make
pad.
sure you're taking notes.
Take your notes. Matthew Stafford can sling it. That's number one. Just are you taking this down or?
I got it.
Okay, very good. Okay, you're taking mental notes. And also, I'll be very honest with you. It's really ridiculously loud in that building. This is going to be something for you. I mean, I think I even saw like Sean McVay had to really yell. You know what I'm saying? Into his,
right.
He's
a yeller in general.
I know that,
mean,
right?
When he talks, it's very vocal.
I know he's loud just to begin with. Even I'm sure when you're at dinner with him, you just like got to tell him to keep it down. You're just ordering dinner, Sean. You know,
you can't tell him to keep it down. It doesn't work.
Is it true he bagged you once to made it seem like you were tampering, and he changed somebody's number on his phone to say Roger Goodell and made you think that Roger Goodell was calling?
I still have not forgiven him for that because I had just got the job, and I'm literally thinking we just lost the first pick of the draft. Like, I'm getting fired before I even get there.
What did he do again? Like, what? I think I kind of heard this story. What did
he pulled out his phone, and he's like, "Oh my God, dude!" He's like, "Look," and it said Roger Goodell, and he's like, and Roger is saying, "Please tell me you're not with Patrick Mahomes at dinner." And I'm like, oh, my God. And he's like, dude, he never texts me. This is not good. And so he played it up for a little bit, and then I about melted in the chair, and then he let me know it was a joke.
Okay, so then when you're laying it on thick on the Rams, we know why. Like, that's the way it's going to go?
Well,
it's not professional.
We will do our best. They have a really good team, so we'll see how that one goes.
Well, the reason why I bring it all up is I think the NFC West is the deepest end of the NFL pool. There's no doubt about it. And I'm wondering what you think about the competition. Clearly, you can only take care of your own house. But I'm wondering if any of that thought creeps into your mindset as you get ready for another game this coming week. Coach?
You definitely see the scores week in and week out. I mean, you have some tremendous quarterback plays, some tremendous offensive minds. Pete Carroll's one of the greatest coaches of all time, whether it's college or the NFL, and so you see it. And then when you play those games, I mean, you know it's going to be a dogfight week in and week out, and it's really helped us grow as an organization since I've been here because I mean, there is no easy Sundays once you get into conference play.
And then your receiving core is off the charts. Cliff Kingsbury here on the Rich Eisen Show. Can you give me something you've seen from DeAndre Hopkins where you sit there and think, okay, this is why he's this great? Like, you got a moment for me?
Yeah, I would say just he's like an X-man with his hands. Like, his hands are the biggest things I've ever seen. And then his body control and the way he can adjust the ball when it's in the air, I've never seen anything like it. And he's super, super competitive. When he goes out there on Sundays, I mean, he wants the ball every snap. He'll let you know as a play caller he wants the ball every snap.
He will.
Yeah, he will tell you directly, and he's probably not wrong most of the time. So that makes it fun to coach.
No, I know that. It's just, I'll be honest, as somebody who has may not have been wondering why he's not getting the ball more because of a fantasy football contest for 3 years running. Honestly, I'm wondering if, because you're right. Like, not only does he grab everything in his catch radius, which is damn near half the field, but I never once think that did not get both feet down. Never.
I agree. I mean, we had one yesterday in the back of the end zone that it's like you don't have to look at the replay. Like, he found a way. And if you're not getting the ball, like I said, he will let you know that he should be getting it.
Can you give me an example of that, please?
I mean, I'll give you. Here's my impersonation.
Okay.
Ready? All right.
Yes.
It's Cliff, I don't know why you make this so hard, dog. All you got to do is throw me the ball. That's it. Just throw me the ball.
Why do you make it so hard, Coach?
I don't know. I ask myself every Sunday, give him the ball.
Well, you also have others there. I mean, Kirk scored twice yesterday, too. I don't know if you are aware of this statistic, that it's the first time in the history of the Cardinals that two receivers had at least 2 touchdowns or more. That's never happened in the history of the Cardinals franchise.
I didn't know that. I assumed because they had Bolden and Fitz here together for a while, so that's surprising. But yeah, Christian's been phenomenal. We played him more outside last year. He can play outside and inside, but he's really found a role there inside in the slot and has really played at a high level all camp and then obviously yesterday.
And now I'm going to remove the pin I put in mentioning A.J. Green earlier in this interview. What has he brought to your Cardinal table, Coach?
He can still really go. Quick twitch, size, catch radius, and then just a consummate professional. I mean, he's been tremendous for that wide receiver room. He and Hop, both from South Carolina, have a great rapport, and I can't say enough good things about what AJ's brought to the offense.
Man, Keim has put a Ferrari in your garage. I mean, this is...
Yeah, I've heard. He lets me know.
He does. Well. Everybody's letting you know stuff.
I'm telling you.
What's this? I mean,
they just let me know. But yeah, I can't say enough good things. He had a real emphasis on bringing in veteran leaders that could help us win now, and obviously it's a good group and they're fun to be around, and they've done a great job of setting an example for this roster.
All right, I'm going to finish up with a question again. I don't usually ask this of a head coach in the National Football League, but how's your house? How's it going?
It's good.
How's that?
It's good.
That pad?
Yeah, the housing prices are booming in Arizona.
Okay.
So
and how's the fire pit? Is that still burning? Is that still burning bright right now?
It does. It burns usually only after wins.
That's it. You light it up. Light it up after a W.
Light it up.
Okay.
Enjoy.
More importantly, though, do you need us to house sit at any point?
Yeah, we're ready to come over there.
Y'all are always welcome, man. Do a show out there.
No, be careful.
You heard him. You heard him.
Don't tell us that. We're driving.
Coach, do not feed the animals. Do not. Why do you got to make it so tough, Coach?
It ain't that hard, dog.
Why do you? Yes! Hey! Well done. Coach, thanks for the call. Let's do this more often. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Rich. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach.
That's Cliff Kingsbury on the Rich Eisen Show. Mercedes-Benz Vans phone line right here after the W against the Tennessee Titans.
So you heard him.
It's real simple.
Road trip to Arizona
in a Mercedes-Benz van. I mean,
in the Sprinter van. We go to Arizona. We do a couple of shows from Cliff's house. We take in the game, maybe from the coaches or the owner's suite.
Yes. Yeah. Let me tell you something
about
the
fire.
What makes the
light the fire. We
Hold
jump
on a
in
second.
The pool.
Here you go. The NFC West as well. Not only leads and W's, they're all got 4 wins. and it's the deepest end of the pool, you know, where you'd love to jump into in Arizona right now at Cliff's house.
Exactly.
But let's ask this question. All 4 coaches in a division, who would you want to, collectively?
I got
You'd want to have a beer with and dinner the most?
This is it.
Okay. The NFC South has got Arians and Sean Payton in it, which is lit. Okay?
It's a good one.
I haven't hung around Rule very much, nor Arthur Smith off camera. So let's place that one aside. Okay? LaFleur, Nagy, Mike Zimmer, and Dan Campbell's going to be bringing something to the table this time.
Of course.
Mike McCarthy, Joe Judge. We love Ron Rivera. I don't know Nick Sirianni. We got to place that. I mean, just AFC West. Andy Reid. You know, food's going to be great.
I mean,
hold on a second. I don't know Brandon Staley. Seems we've had fun with him. Nice W for him.
Going to get you a Perkins spot.
Gruden is like all time. Anybody who's been around him, I remember him working with him at the draft, and anybody from the Monday Night Football crew with him will tell you all hotel bar / lobby team of all time.
Wow. Now do we get Mayock too with that?
Of all time. So you got Reed, you got Andy Reid and Gruden. Vic Fangio will just I don't know. Maybe he'll be the one to give you a wedgie. I don't know. I don't know if that's the guy.
I'm just trying to think about which NFC West coach I would most want to hang.
Let's just keep going.
I most want to hang.
Urban, Frank Reich,
David Culley,
and Vrabel.
Vrabel by himself.
Okay.
Vrabel.
AFC North. Tomlin and Stefanski's a fun dude. In the conversation we've had, and the exchanges I've had with him. I don't know Zach Taylor from Adam at all. And then John Harbaugh, who I adore. By the way, Harbaugh called in to the Michigan-Washington game as part of, I'm assuming they asked him to please call in to help promote Monday Night Football, Ravens and Raiders on ESPN tonight. And all I kept thinking of, trust me, I'll listen to any Harbaugh talk. Certainly during Michigan beaten up and running down the throat of the Washington Huskies. I mean, they ran the ball down the throat. Michigan's offensive line, in honor of Michigan man Steve Hutchinson being in the building that night, just ran it down the throat. They dominated the offensive line against a very tough front. I'm just wondering if any Washington fans were still tuning in, if they were just hitting the clicker, just hearing John telling stories about Jim and Jack and who's got it better than us. And then in the AFC East, you got McDermott,
my guy,
Bill, who could tell great stories, man.
Yeah,
Bill's story.
Bill, I mean, say what you
Bill.
want. Listen, you could say what you want about his on-camera press conference demeanor, but like story time, meal, and glass of wine.
Perfect. Fishing.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Salah and Brian Flores. But when you think of the NFC West, Pete, McVay, Shanahan, and Cliff Kingsbury.
Oh my God,
it'd be tough.
That's it.
No,
how do you pick?
No, there's not even.
Who would you want to hang out with and have dinner with?
I don't know.
That'd be a tough one.
That would be an all-nighter.
Are we at Cliff's house?
Yeah, where are we?
I don't know, man. I'm assuming everybody's got a very nice house.
I know.
I mean, Pete on the Puget Sound must have something built like looks like a Bond lair,
or Pete's,
overlooking the water.
Pete's like summer place down here.
In Malibu, we're probably borrowing a cup of sugar from McVay.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah, I was just gonna say he's out here,
right? Then Kyle in the Bay Area.
I mean, you can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
That'd be amazing. TJ's tapped out. He just doesn't even.
Well,
because he knows that even if I gave you a chance to just one-on-one have dinner with McCarthy, you have no interest. That's probably why. That's got to be why. Even though he's from Pittsburgh.
I know. So what would make you say that?
I'm just throwing that out there.
No, if I had a chance to go to dinner with Coach, of course I'd
It's entirely possible you or a member of your family have driven through the toll booth that he was taking the money from that one day.
I mean, I usually don't take the toll roads, but yeah.
Okay.
I just put it out.
He was driving back from the Foot Locker that one time. All those years ago when McCarthy was the toll taker.
Up on Twitter, NFC
I didn't have
West
a car
coach.
back then, remember?
That's right. I got to put all the stories together to make one narrative. I forgot.
I was taking the Monongahela incline in those days. Yeah.
So
NFC West coach most want to have a beer with out on Twitter right now.
All right.
McVay, Shanahan,
fun
Cliff,
with Kingsbury,
Carroll.
man. All right. We'll take phone calls and wrap up this show and get ready for the rest of the week right here on the Rich Eisen Show on Monday Night Football tonight.
This episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Football is back, and the best bet you can make is downloading the FanDuel Sportsbook app. It doesn't matter if you're new to gambling or an old pro, FanDuel has something for everyone. And as an official sports betting partner of the NFL, you know your bets are safe. There's also never been a better time to use FanDuel, because right now, you'll get up to $1,000 back if your first bet doesn't win. You can even turn a small wager into a big payday with a same-game parlay bet. Just sign up with the promo code Spotify to place your first bet risk-free on FanDuel Sportsbook. Download FanDuel today. 21 plus and present in Virginia. First online real money wager only. Refund issued as non-withdrawable site credit that expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
How did you get into beach volleyball? How did you get into that to begin with?
You know, I grew up in Santa Cruz. Okay. I went to Stanford playing indoor volleyball my whole entire life. From when I was a baby in Santa Cruz till I was at Stanford, I avoided beach volleyball because I looked like an idiot. Like, I was so ashamed of my skills. I felt good indoor. But I played in the Indoor Olympics in 2000, and then I didn't want to go play in Europe. And so Misty May Trainer, Misty May at the time, was looking for a new partner. She was my idol. And I said, I might as well put my ego in check and go give it a tryout. And that one tryout changed my life. I met my future husband that day, and I met my future partner who would change. I swear to God.
So who's the best athlete that's not technically a beach volleyballer that you've been around who's tried it and who could be really damn good at it?
Oh.
Have you ever been around like another basketball player or somebody else?
I mean, well, here in the South Bay, you know, Luke Walton plays a lot.
The
Blake
head coach
Griffin,
of the Los Angeles Lakers. What do you mean
he's
they play? What do you mean?
He loves the sport. So they're down, I don't know what street they play on, but they're playing all the time. We used to have...
Like pickup, you're
saying? Yeah, I mean, they get their buddies out there. We used to have TNV, Tuesday Night Volleyball. And Luke would be out there, Pete Carroll would be out there, and all of our friends. Richard Jefferson plays, you know, here in the South Bay. Okay. So, you know, all the NBAers, like, when they retire, they should come out to our sport and grace us because they're so physical, obviously.
Well, so hold on a second. Pete Carroll was out there?
Yeah, we'd play right in front of his house in Hermosa, and Glenna, his wife, would come out. Like, it was just a good time. That was when my boys were young. I haven't done it in years.
So. No kidding. So sun setting.
Yes.
You're out
glorious.
there in Hermosa, glistening over the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
Pardon me. And then all of a sudden, Pete Carroll's wife comes out with some. We
played 6-on-6. She was back row, superstar. She was really good about the mindset and the enthusiasm. Yeah, and we'd have like these special, it always felt like there was a celebrity athlete guest. You know, we had some track stars come out. And but yeah, I don't know. Our sport is for everyone, you know. But I really do like when the basketballers come out and play. I know that, and like all the NHLers who live in the South Bay and the Kings, they love our sport too.
Right.
It's like the ultimate cross-training plus the ultimate lifestyle.
Right.
You know?
And it's a blast.
It's a blast. We need to get you out there.
I just don't know if I have the hops.
Well, then you just have to be craftier. I mean, there's always workarounds.
How can I be craftier? Is it you might get my service game going or something like that?
If you got a good serve, I mean, just like with anything, if you have the fundamentals down, so you need good ball control. If you have good ball control, then you can just be a ninja and place the ball. If you have a good serve, that's a good start.
Okay.
But you just got to be able to pass the ball.
What if my best part of my game is rotating?
The substitution part?
Yes.
Well, I'm already noticing some chink in the armor with this attitude we got going on right now, because right now you're already defeated. So I will have you coach and commentate, but not play.
Back here on the Rich Eisen Show, 844-204-RICH is the number to dial. Jerry Jeudy has the dreaded high ankle sprain, according to Vic Fangio. And that's one game we didn't really talk much about here on the show. Is Denver came into MetLife and just pushed the Giants around. I mean, they beat them up. Once again, Saquon looked pedestrian behind an offensive line that's going to have to step up, man. They're going to have to step up. Sterling Shepard had a nice game. And Daniel Jones had one in the air, one on the ground, but he does Daniel Jones things. Throw one, run for one, fumble one. I mean,
why can't he hold on to the ball?
I don't know.
Trifecta.
Yeah. But Teddy,
it's going to cost him his job.
Teddy H2O, bro.
Teddy Two Gloves.
And how about Melvin Gordon? 100 yards and a score.
Man, he broke away. His long touchdown run. Breakaway.
Here we go. Denver Broncos. Chargers. Chiefs. And tonight, the Raiders can make the AFC West join the NFC West, which is everybody wins.
I'm picking the Raiders tonight.
You are, huh?
I think they're winning at home, too.
I think home. I think you saw it last night, Rich, and that was one of your points about SoFi. Yep. I think having fans in Allegiant tonight, that's going to be a huge deal.
Dude, I'm telling you, that is a totally different ball of wax.
It is. And that place is going to be...
It's going to be rocking tonight.
Chris just said, who's performing.
Who is?
Ice Cube and Too Short.
Are they really?
It's going to be
They're
insane.
doing like a concert. O'Shea posted a video of like them doing a sound check.
This is going to be insane. I got to go. I may go.
I have to. Are you serious?
I may actually. I still have my ticket.
My cop a flight.
I still can go.
Let's go.
I may actually go. I'm thinking about it.
Live on the ground, Mike Del Tufo.
I may have to go to this.
You know what Mike's definitely not doing tonight?
Going to that game.
Yeah. Just saying it right now.
I want to go, though.
That was insane last night, man.
Yeah.
It was loud, and that might be, I'm telling you, it could be a difference maker.
Yeah.
It really can. Let's go to Jeff in Detroit. All right, Jeffrey. Silver lining, huh? Silver Dome lining yesterday, right?
Hey, you know what? And I'm feeling really, really good today because, they could have folded the tent and just packed it all in. Honestly, yesterday was my birthday. I got a chance to shoot the game.
Happy birthday, brother.
I really don't remember much.
Well done.
Happy birthday, Jeff.
But I tell you, it's just more, it's so exciting that we've reached this point because I'm a true NFL fan, and I'm loving all the other storylines. And I promise, I was somewhere with my chest poked out when Jameis Winston did what he did. First of all, you do it against Aaron Rodgers, who I hate that's in my division. Then, I say, well, he's going to make it to the NFC Championship game, and it's looking pretty good. And then just to see Matthew Stafford, my goodness, how do you open up a house like that? That is exactly how you do it.
No
man.
doubt. I
That's
agree.
How you do it.
Thanks for the call.
Bring everybody into your house. He's going to be the king of LA soon, man, for real.
Happy belated birthday, Jeff in Detroit. Thank
See you, buddy.
Sir. Sideline Mike in Atlanta. Oh,
here we go.
Baby. What's up, Sideline Mike? Football's back and Sideline Mike's back.
Yeah. Like I said, months ago, you going to take a tight end. First of all, you know what's going on down here? The Maxwells, they're already saying on local radio that Matt Ryan's wife and kids cannot come back to the game. Did you see how lifeless he looked on the turf yesterday after Jalen Mayfield had the most forgettable fourth quarter of a rookie's career? Matt Ryan laid lifeless on the turf for about 3 seconds. We thought his jersey was on backwards. Listen, man, even though Panay suicide, I told you, Rich Eisen, ball head brother, I told you in that overreaction Monday. How you don't have this man? The 2 times you were in the red zone, he's not even on the field. Come on. But no, Rich Eisen, you said just what you look. But I understand how you couldn't go in there and tell Arthur Blank, hey brother, you got to eat $80 million of Matt Ryan's salary so we can get Justin Fields. But baby, this is gonna be the longest season. And y'all know I'm not a Falcon fan. I'm a Cowboy fan. But I'm gonna tell you, this is gonna be the longest 17 weeks. Brother, they're going to be a top 2 draft pick. Rich, I told you.
Sideline Mike, everybody in Atlanta. He's back. He's back. Ball's back. Sideline Mike is back. He's driving around one of the worst traffic cities in the planet Earth.
Terrible.
And he's calling in. And he's taking it out on
guys.
Matt Ryan.
I found this. If I could quote Sideline Mike from April the 26th,
you wrote it down?
Yes.
Okay.
Sideline Mike, April 26th, 2021.
Paper bag? Was it a paper bag?
This was pre-paper bag, so normally it shouldn't count, but it will. If you use the whole draft to improve the Falcons' D, they'd still give up 35 points. That was Sideline Mike from back then.
Well, while we're on the subject of venting, Adam, our call screener, who's Mike Del Tufo's +1. Del Tufo took Adam to the game last night to see his Bears do what we thought they would do. What's up, Adam?
The Bears are who we thought they were, and the Rams did not let them off the hook. It was bad. I will say, though, it was a great experience. SoFi is an amazing stadium. Del Tufo is going to be the mayor of SoFi, by the way. This guy talks to everybody. Yeah, that was when things started to go downhill.
For you, not me.
Del Tufo was talking to everybody around him. He's talking to the bartenders. This guy he's going to become the king. Like, they poured him stiffer drinks after he started chatting. You know what he was doing.
So, Adam, you said before, what did Adam say when he came on the floor off on Friday? What did he say that Dalton was going to throw 3 touchdowns just to really piss you off and just to spite you, and that he was going to stick around, but he didn't do that, Adam. So what do you think? You think they should put Fields in there or what? What do you think?
It's time.
It is.
Enough's enough. I mean, I'm not saying Dalton was awful, but he's not going to do anything that's going to make us win the game. Fields is a difference maker. We need to start the future of the franchise right now. Every other team is doing it. The Patriots are doing it. Yep. Jags are doing it. It's time for the Bears to step up, or else Nagy's going to be in trouble. And I'm not going to be happy. I need to be happy.
Adam, the call screener.
We want Adam. We need a happy Adam.
Otherwise, people are going to be calling in, and he's the first voice they hear when they call the Rich Eisen show.
He's the first line of defense.
He was so upset. Like the first couple plays when the guys screwed up the Bears, I was cracking up.
Actually, the first couple plays was
after they started screwing up.
It was nice.
He's like, that's it. He was like, keep Fields in the game. He's screaming. Everybody around us is like, Rams fans.
And you're talking everybody, huh?
Oh, yeah. Rich, come on. That's what I love it. I'm a Rams fan. You
what
guys don't. I've never had a team.
Were you talking to the lady behind your right over there?
No, he was too busy Instagramming out pictures of the cheerleaders.
These guys were mad. I was like, they're right in front of me. It's like I'm close.
He did that, Rich. He's like, hey, this is how good my seats are. I see the cheerleaders. I'm like, that's a weird flex.
Here's a cheerleader.
That's a weird flex.
Or the game on the field.
How about tell me how close you are to Matt Stafford or Aaron Donald?
I'm sorry. I'm the one who's got the ultimate SoFi flex from last night.
Oh, here we go. Watch.
True.
Go, Rich.
Are you about to post pictures?
No, I don't know if I've got pictures.
I thought you were a selfie. No, you actually.
I thought you were setting up.
Of what? Me emceeing the opening of SoFi Stadium on behalf of the Rams?
No, that was
he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that,
cool.
Chris.
I walked in. You're up on the big screen. I'm like, Adam, we don't.
Yeah, I was up on the big screen.
Big Game was there, and Jackie Slater. Like that was cool.
Awesome.
And Stan, like that was great.
Yeah, and then going to the owner's suite and seeing Anthony Anderson, and said the entertainer was there.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that was good, too.
I can get to
El Segundo to Inglewood.
Yeah, by the way.
Yeah, that was good.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know?
I can get into the
Maverick
suites.
Carter was there
anytime
last
you
night.
want to invite me.
Oh, yeah, man. It's going to be a place to be.
Whoa.
I don't know if I'll ever get back in there again.
Hey, Rich, apparently with our proximity, this is also going to be a place to be. Hopefully,
I hope so.
With the people that you met there at the game.
And then I don't like using this analogy because it means we're the dark side, we're the evil empire, but the great NFL Network new setup, we turned on the laser, the Death Star ultimate machine laser that destroys competition, which is that field outside of our set with SoFi behind it. I took a panoramic shot.
That's ridiculous, man.
Wow.
As I stepped on the field. That is not, there's no filter there. That is it.
Wow.
And that's on my Instagram at Rich Eisen.
First of all,
that's unbelievable.
Props for your steady hand with the panorama, because usually it's hard to get.
No, I get those good.
No, dude, I mean, this is just not my first rodeo.
What do you think?
Hey, I'm just saying, I'm giving you props.
And I appreciate that. Chris Webber's on tomorrow's show.
Yeah, Hall of Famer Chris Webber.
C-Web. So you're taking the Raiders tonight, huh?
I'm taking the Raiders tonight, man.
I don't know. The Ravens are just one of those teams. Every time you think they're out. And
true.
8's still playing tonight, right? 8's playing tonight?
8's playing tonight.
The autumn wind is a pirate. Monday Night Football. The Ravens against the Raiders. It's the first time that people drank all day and then showed up and had a nightclub in the end zone watching Derek Carr and the Raiders. Big bag of leaves at the mic for the worldwide leader in sports. And the Manning brothers on ESPN Plus. And Rich Eisen on Westwood One. Chat Tuesday. Do you own or rent your home? Sure you do. And I bet it can be hard work. You know what's easy? Bundling policies with Geico. Geico makes it easy to bundle your homeowner's or renter's insurance along with your auto policy. It's a good thing, too, because you already have so much to do around your home. Go to geico.com, get a quote, and see how much you could save. It's Geico easy. Visit geico.com today. That's geico.com.